How did a country of over 1 billion people transform from relative isolation into the second largest economy in the world within 2 decades? In 2000, China's GDP stood at roughly $1.2 trillion, smaller than Italy's and less than half of Germany's. Much of the population remained rural, infrastructure was limited, and per capita income was around $950 per year, far below middle-income countries like Brazil or Mexico. By 2024, China's GDP exceeds $18 trillion. It leads global manufacturing, dominates trade in goods, and produces essential technology from smartphones to high-speed rail and electric vehicles. Nearly 800 million people have escaped extreme poverty since 1978. This transformation was neither random nor purely organic. It followed a deliberate, state-driven strategy that combined controlled market liberalization, massive investment, and strategic global integration. The first decisive phase began in 2001 when China joined the World Trade Organization, or WTO. This was not just about access to foreign markets, it was a structural commitment to integrate with the global economy and adopt international trade standards. President Jiang Zemin, a former engineer and Shanghai party secretary, provided political stability after the 1989 turbulence and promoted a socialist market economy, while Premier Zhu Rongji, often called the tough premier, implemented difficult reforms. Zhu restructured banks, shut down thousands of inefficient state-owned enterprises, cut tariffs, and standardized regulations to meet global rules. The impact was immediate. Exports grew from $250 billion in 2000 to over $1.5 trillion by 2010. Coastal provinces like Guangdong, Guangxi, and Jiangsu became manufacturing and export hubs, while cities such as Shenzhen, Suzhou, and Ningbo turned from small towns into global production centers. China became the workshop of the world, producing everything from toys and clothes to electronics and machinery. During this period, average annual GDP growth exceeded 10%, and by 2010, China had surpassed Japan to become the world's second largest economy. China's success in this phase depended not only on exports, but on infrastructure and urban expansion. Ports like Shanghai, Tianjin, and Guangzhou were upgraded to handle massive volumes of cargo. Highways and bridges linked inland provinces to the coast. Special economic zones continued to attract foreign investment, providing a testing ground for advanced industrial methods. Meanwhile, labor-intensive industries employed tens of millions of workers migrating from rural areas, providing a steady source of productivity and domestic consumption. Observers at the time asked, could China sustain this momentum without overheating? The second phase emerged from a crisis. The 2008 global financial collapse devastated banks in the US and Europe, and export demand fell sharply. Many economies contracted. China responded with one of the largest stimulus programs in modern history, a 4 trillion yuan, roughly $600 billion plan. Under President Hu Jintao and Premier Wen Jiabao, China accelerated investment in infrastructure, housing, and urban development. High-speed rail became a signature achievement, expanding from almost zero in 2008 to over 48,000 kilometers today, connecting major cities and previously isolated inland regions. Airports, ports, and metro systems proliferated, creating millions of jobs and enhancing productivity. These measures stabilized growth at a time when most industrial economies were stagnating. However, they also created structural challenges. Local government debt rose, the real estate market expanded rapidly, and environmental pressure increased. Yet the stimulus demonstrated China's strategic advantage, the ability to deploy state-directed investment rapidly and at scale to respond to external shocks. The third phase began under Xi Jinping in 2012. Rising wages, an aging population, and environmental constraints meant that low-cost manufacturing alone could not sustain growth. The strategy shifted toward technological leadership and global influence. Programs like Made in China 2025 targeted semiconductors, robotics, artificial intelligence, electric vehicles, and high-end manufacturing. China now produces more electric vehicles than any other country, dominates solar panel production, leads in battery manufacturing, and supplies critical 5G infrastructure worldwide. At the same time, the Belt and Road Initiative, launched in 2013, invested over $1 trillion in infrastructure across more than 150 countries, securing trade corridors, export markets, and access to strategic resources. This phase reflects China's move from passive integration into globalization to active shaping of global supply chains. Growth has moderated to 5–6% annually, reflecting structural adjustments, environmental measures, and debt management. Even so, from 2000 to today, the economy has expanded more than 14-fold, and extreme poverty was officially eradicated by 2021. The strategy behind China's rise rests on 4 key pillars: controlled market liberalization, export-led industrialization, state-directed investment, and technological upgrading. By opening sectors gradually while retaining political authority, China allowed private and foreign firms to operate without losing state control. Leveraging global demand, the country scaled domestic manufacturing rapidly. Large-scale investment, especially during downturns, ensured sustained growth while upgrading infrastructure and industrial capacity. Finally, technology-focused policies enabled the transition from low-cost goods to advanced industries. This hybrid model, neither pure free market capitalism nor rigid central planning, enabled flexibility, resilience, and strategic positioning. China's economic ascent is not without challenges. Debt levels, environmental degradation, real estate stress, and geopolitical tensions remain critical considerations. Yet the scale, speed, and coordination of its transformation are historically unmatched. The deeper question is no longer how China grew, but how it will sustain its model amid slowing growth, rising competition, and shifting demographics. If you value structured, analytical breakdowns of global economic strategy, power dynamics, and long-term planning, subscribe for more. Like the video if this helped you understand the forces shaping China's rise, and leave your perspective in the comments, particularly if you see strengths, weaknesses, or lessons other countries might learn. More analytical deep dives are coming.